All right, so it's top of the hour. So welcome everyone. Welcome to today's special training and calling this training Survive and Thrive, Simple Strategies to Lead and Navigate Your Business in Difficult Times, which we're definitely in. So before we get going, if you don't know who I am, I know Carl you do, Ruth, I see you there, hi. If you don't know who I am, my name is Marshall Stern and I am basically, first and foremost, I am a husband to my wonderful wife of 25 plus years, and father of two teenage kids. So if that doesn't keep me busy, then I don't know what will. But I also own in addition to raising two teenage kids, I have two companies. I'm the founder and CEO of Sandbox Sign Group, which I've had for also more than just over 25 years, hand in hand with my marriage. And so I'm married to two things, my wife and my business. And also I am a leadership coach, helping other entrepreneurs and business owners basically around the idea of having more joy and more freedom in their business. And I've been doing that for 8 years, with the goal to help them basically have more time and freedom so they can do the things they love with the people they love. But this isn't about me, it's about you, it's about what we're going through. Before I get into the actual nitty-gritty of the training, it is being recorded, so I am going to actually send out the recording to all of you who have registered for the event. But also, please note, there is absolutely nothing for sale. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm not trying to sell you on any programming or any coaching whatsoever, either during or after the call. I'm just simply doing this because I want to help out other business owners and entrepreneurs to navigate through this crazy time. This training will go for about 30 minutes. And tomorrow morning, so first of all, if you stay throughout this entire training, there is going to be a special gift for all of you. But it will only go for 30 minutes, so that's not an issue. And also tomorrow morning, I will be available from 9 to 9:30 in the same link. And if you have any questions, we can discuss them there. Or if you need any specific coaching in an area, I'd be more than happy to help you out as well. Okay. So we have definitely uncertain times right now. I know things are crazy and there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety out there. I know some of you actually have shut down your business temporarily, and maybe you even had to, or maybe you just had a big slowdown in your business and you've had to lay off some of your staff because you've had a huge decline in revenue or significant decline in revenue, and you're worried about the future, and I get it. We're all in a similar boat and going different courses, but we all need to navigate it, and that's what this training is all about. Some of you may actually be mom or dad, and you're at home. You're quarantining yourself, or you're just doing the stay at home, and you have young kids or school-age kids, and you're all trying to get through this. Maybe they're doing online learning, and you're trying to help them through that. So that, in addition to your business, is a struggle. I get that. I'm right with you. I'm in the same boat. As I said, I have two teenage kids, and they are doing online learning, and it can be challenging at times, but having them, teenage kids, forcing them to stay at home, actually even young kids, forcing them to having to stay at home is not easy. And it adds a bit of stress and anxiety to all of us. And of course, we have our businesses to think about as well. So I'm right there with you. I get it. In my sign and graphics business, just so you know, I had from March 11th to March 24th, I had about an 80% drop in revenue when this whole thing kind of came to BC and the world. When we knew about it all, it was about an 80% drop in revenue. And I came home and I was talking to my wife, and she said, you have to lay everyone off. She also works in the business. And I was very close to doing that. And it was stressful. because I didn't want to have to do that. Now, I knew government programs were just being announced, and I kind of wanted to wait until that came to be, and I didn't want to do anything but lay my employees off. And so luckily, I held out and I didn't. I know some of you have. And here in Canada, there's a program that you can bring them back. And although it's hasn't been, application process isn't in place yet, but it is there. And I know in the United States, there's different programs as well. But I get it. That's the point I'm trying to make. I am with you. This is bigger than all of us, but I do know this. During this time, these uncertain times, some businesses are not just surviving, but they're actually thriving. So ask yourself the question, why not me? Okay. Why can't this be me? What do I need to do to thrive? And we're going to talk about some of these strategies right now. So because this training is going to give you some, I call it simple strategies. Some of them might not be easy to you, but they are simple. Okay. They're simple because you can use them right now, and you might even be aware of some of them. So this is a reminder, but you can use them right now to help you, again, not just survive through this, but to thrive. I know there are a lot of Zoom webinars out there, a lot of videos being put out there, especially on Facebook and LinkedIn, that have people telling you what to do and how to get through this. And some of them are really, really good. Absolutely. These simple strategies are a little bit different. Okay, it goes really back to the basics. So I want you to watch this with an open mind, have a notepad and a pen, and make some notes, because we're going to go through this very, very quickly. And again, if you stay till the end, we're going to have a special gift for everyone. So this training is all about decisions, okay? It is all about decisions. The worst thing we can do as an entrepreneur is to be indecisive for too long. In order to move forward, we need to make decisions. But before we make decisions, we need to take inventory. All right? So that's our first strategy. Take inventory on where you were in your business and then really in your life before all this started. Take inventory where you were in your business and your life before all this started. Your revenue, your staff, the growth of your business, your family, the vacations you were taking, all of it. Okay, that's what I want you to do. I want you to take the inventory, take stock as to where you are. Now, as we go through these strategies, you're going to see some of them kind of build on one another, on each other. Some of them are actually they connect with each other. In fact, most of them do connect, and you're going to see that as we go through it. So ask yourself first, where were you before? Then, where are you now during this? And the big question, where do you want to be after? When this is all done and we're back in whatever the new norm is, where do you want to be in your business and in your life? Ask yourself that question. And the fourth question is 3 years down. Where do you want to be? What's your ideal life like in 3 years? And one thing I do with my coaching clients is I put them through what I call the DVD exercise. And I've been doing this for 8 years, so I don't know if many people don't use DVDs anymore, so I got to change the name. But basically, the idea is to pretend that you are being documented. Your life is being documented. And HBO, it's an HBO special. We'll cover that for Canada and the United States. HBO special on your life. And the cameras are spending an entire day with you, and this is 3 years down the road. That's how you have to think of it, through that lens, that you're watching this documentary on your ideal life. And then you write down, where are you? What does your home look like? Who are the people you're with? What are you doing each and every hour? Are you going to an office? Are you working from home? Are you sitting on a beach drinking martinis or Mai Tais or whatever? Maybe you don't drink martinis on a beach. Some people do. Basically, just be very, very specific as to the ideal life. You don't think about the how, it's just the what. What and where. What are you doing? Where are you? And get a clear vision, a clear picture as to what you want in 3 years. I know it's difficult during times like this, so you have to try do your best to suspend disbelief and suspend the thinking of how and just think of the what, okay? And that's going to help you move forward. And we're going to talk about that a little bit further. Okay. Because you need to ask yourself, the final question is, what are you willing to do to get there? What are you willing to change in order to get there? Because as Jim Rohn said, for things to change, you have to change. And we have to stop using the excuse of the situation we're in right now, because that's not going to serve us at all. We have to think, what are we going to do to change? Okay? What are the things we need to do to change? And that takes us back to making decisions. And that goes right into the next strategy. And this is a big one. You need to decide to be a leader. Okay? You need to lead by example. If there's one thing that can change absolutely everything in your life, not just your business, but your life, it's leadership. Starting with yourself, self-leadership, and then leading the people around you. In fact, I would say leadership isn't just a thing. Leadership is everything. And in times like this, times of crisis, times of difficult times, we need leadership more than ever. And I'm not talking about you being, a political figure in government. Yes, we need that kind of leadership. I'm not going to get into a political discussion here, but we need leadership from ourselves. That's where it starts. You don't need to be a leader, a political leader, or a CEO of a big organization. Okay, it starts at home, it starts with you. Every strategy we are discussing here today is based on leadership. It's based on the leadership principles. I was trained 8 years ago, or actually 9 years ago, by John Maxwell, who is the foremost leadership expert in the world. And he's written more than 80 books, which is kind of crazy in itself. But John calls it the leader. One of his 21 irrefutable laws is the law of the lid. And it states that your effectiveness is determined by your leadership lid. Okay, so he basically says your effectiveness as a leader, your effectiveness in business, your effectiveness as a parent, your effectiveness at home, in anything you do is determined by your leadership lid. So if your leadership lid is a 7 and you want to become a 9 or a 10 in your effectiveness, you need to close that gap. And you have to do that by doing certain things, living a certain way, thinking a certain way, which we're going to discuss a few of them here. You got to raise your lid. And by raising your lid, you can become a stronger leader, more effective leader, and this will help you not just survive this time, but thrive, and thrive moving forward. But times are a little bit different right now. Okay, so before we can even think about anything else, we need to first gain the acceptance as to where we are, right? Because many of us, you might not even be you might be in some denial. You might not be fully accepting where we are. But what I'm talking about really is accepting what is out of your control and accepting what is in your control, identifying what is in your control. Because we're going to talk about in this training, everything we're talking about is focusing on what is in our control. We can't control what's happening in the economy. We can't control what's happening with COVID-19. I mean, to a certain degree, we can individually. We can do our part. We can stay at home, social distance, wash our hands, that sort of thing. But overall, we can't control the overall pandemic. But we can control how we respond to it, both personally, like I said, distancing, so on and so forth, and what we do with our business. If we just sit on the sidelines with our business, nothing's going to change. In fact, it's going to get worse. The next strategy, the next decision we have to make is actually to thrive. So the first decision is to be the leader. It's just a decision. You're just getting up and you're just writing down saying, I am going to be a leader for myself and my people and the people around me and for my community. And the second one is just simply decide to thrive. Because guys, we have a choice. We can decide to be a victim, or we can decide to be a victor. We can decide to just try to survive, or we can decide not just to survive, but to thrive. So choose thrive. Thrive? I just made up a word. Choose to thrive. Decide to thrive. Be the victor. Being the victim won't serve you. Stop looking at what's bad. Stop looking at what's scary. Stop watching the news. We're going to get into some of this in a second. Just simply make the decision to thrive. That's what's in your control. Be the leader and thrive. Then we go to the next strategy, which is all about the mindset. Okay, so we've now decided we're going to be a leader. We've decided we are going to thrive. Now it's about having it's a leader's mindset. What I mean by that is, well, John talks about the leaders look more at the big picture. Okay. Tony Robbins talks about, a lot of people might not feel like they have the resources, but you can be resourceful. So think differently, innovate. Marie Forleo has this new book. I love the title, Everything is Figure Outable. And isn't that true? Like, if you really think about it, everything is figure outable. So figure it out. Use a strong mindset. Work on your mindset every single day. I know sometimes it's tough. You get up in the morning, you're watching the news. You go to bed, you're watching the news, and you might have low energy and you're feeling down. Luckily, here on the West Coast, the weather's been absolutely amazing for the last few weeks. So it's a lot easier to get through the days. But if it's raining or if it's snowing and it's cold, it makes it even worse and you're watching the news. It's easy. It's easy to blame the pandemic. It's easy to blame the economy. It's easy to blame our government. It's easy to look at the resources we don't have that we're lacking. But again, it's not going to serve you. So strengthen your mindset, okay? We may be lacking some of those resources, but we can become more resourceful. Just ask a different question. Stop asking, how am I going to get through this? But rather, what tools do I need to start doing? What tools do I need to start moving forward, to start moving my business forward? What tools do I need actually for after this is all over? Position my business. What tools do I need to survive and thrive? Who do I need to reach out to have on my team and to help me get through this? It may be time to recalibrate, to innovate, to retool your business. Many of us have extra time on our hands now. So make the most of the time. Think about what you can do differently. What can you do today to prepare for tomorrow, to prepare your business for after this is all over? Look for areas in your business that you can actually innovate and be creative. Prepare yourself now, because this is going to end, and it's going to end probably sooner than we think. And you don't want to be caught on the sidelines. One thing we've done in my sign and graphics business over the past couple of weeks is we put together a package of products that we're offering our clients to help them protect their staff and to protect their clients. And it starts with those sneeze guards, those clear acrylic shields that you're seeing at the grocery stores and everywhere and at the banks, all the way to social distancing decals, floor graphics, signs, so on and so forth. We did aspects of this before. We did floor graphics before, but never social distancing. We never made acrylic shields. We made signs out of acrylic. These are products we never really did before, or services we didn't offer before, but we've altered what we have done for the marketplace. And for our current customers who are actually in business right now, which is mainly property managers and condominiums, that sort of thing, but also for all the offices that will be reopening, that will have this need. So what can you do? How are you preparing yourself for when this is over? It's different times, so let's be different. If you own a business that is mainly offline and it's slowed down, how can you take it online? Ask yourself, what can you do to engage with your customers more, your community? How can you move it online? Keep your customers engaged and connected. Ask yourself, is there a new product or service I can offer the marketplace that's in need right now? It's all about mindset. It's thinking differently and it's thinking ahead, not thinking behind. I saw this and I posted online yesterday, actually. This is, I think, in Amsterdam. And it's amazing what they did here. This is just a nail salon, okay? Now, you might not be able to do that in your business. I want to see someone try to get a haircut like that now. Might be a little bit uncomfortable. But the idea is look at what you can do differently. Now, if you're watching this and you actually don't even have a business and you're working for someone and you've been laid off, what can you do to thrive now? There are some places that are still hiring big time, like Amazon, the grocery stores, Costco. People are hiring right now. So it might help you temporarily get through it. So don't think about what's not happening. Think about what you can do, how you can make it happen. Look at your skills set. Again, taking inventory, going back to the first one. Take inventory, look at your skill set, ask yourself, what skill can you develop? Where can you get better that will serve your clients? There are a lot of free courses out there or very low cost courses out there. Take the time, use the time, block it into your schedule. Change your environment, right? The environment that you're in. I know we're stuck at home for most of us, but make sure that the environment is conducive to creative thinking and to being productive. Reorganize a space, a nice quiet space. Listen to positive music. Listen to or uplifting music and motivational podcasts. Go for a walk, get outside. What can you do? Ask yourself, what can you do to move forward? What can you do to change your environment? What can you do to be more creative? I love this quote. If you remain calm in the midst of great chaos, it is the surest guarantee that it will eventually subside. Okay? It will subside. Meditate, breathe, listen, as I said, to uplifting music and podcasts. Stop watching the news. Watch it maybe for highlights, but stop watching the news 24/7. Okay, we're gonna get moving faster on this. Take action. Take action every day. Be intentional. Okay, focus each day on thriving. Put a post-it note by your bed and in the mirror when you brush your teeth, when you get up, and maybe near the fridge. Today I will thrive. John Maxwell, one of his leadership laws is law of process. Leaders are developed daily, not in a day. Okay, he also says the secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. So what's on your agenda? What are you doing every single day to move yourself forward? You're working on the positive mindset, you're a leader, you're thriving, but ask yourself, what's on my agenda for today? What's on my agenda for tomorrow and the next day? Are you blocking time? Are you doing the things that are going to move you forward? Are you exercising? Block the time. Stop watching the news. Start focusing on the good, focusing on moving forward, focusing on yourself, your family, your business. Learn new skills. Get your financial house in order. Okay, I'm sure most of you have been looking at that for the last several weeks. If you haven't already, contact your bank, contact your landlord. If your rent, see if you can get deferred or the mortgage deferred or a subsidy on your rent. Okay, hold off paying the bills you don't have to pay, or see if there's a reduced interest rate on your credit card bills. A lot of banks are doing that. Hold off and be prepared. Like I said, block time for work, for learning, for yourself, for your family, for exercise. Go outside for a walk. Block time for strategic thinking. Block time for yourself and your personal development. Block time to communicate and connect with friends through Zoom. We're going to talk about that in a second. Focus, the Pareto principle, focus on 20% that will yield the biggest results. That goes before this pandemic and after and during. Focus on what you have control over and focus on what's going to give you the biggest results. It's all about momentum, because the daily action, every single day, being intentional every single day, will help you move forward. And momentum is a leader's best friend. And sometimes momentum is the only thing that makes the difference between struggling and thriving. The next strategy, final strategy, is to connect. Not just communicate, not just be blogging and putting things out in social media, but connect with others, be of service. Focus on others, not just yourself. Law of connection, another law of John's I love. The quote is, leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Connect with people. Okay? If you have employees or kids, don't just talk to them. Don't just speak to them about what's going on in the world, but listen to them. Leaders first listen, then they reassure. They reassure their people that they have their back. Okay? Offer to get groceries for neighbors or seniors in the community or others who are at higher risk and unable to go out. Reach out to your network and see if there's anything you can do for them. Reach out to your customers just to say hi, that you're thinking of them, and hope all is well. Build your inner circle. Don't go at this alone. Reach out to others that will support you. Like I said a few minutes ago, jump on a phone or a FaceTime or Zoom call with family, with friends that have your back and will help lift you up, not bring you down. Just touch base with people, have virtual coffee dates, or ordering dinner with some friends and have a dinner gathering with a group of friends via Zoom or Skype. If you have a coach, lean on your coach more now than ever. Get an accountability partner. Now is a great time for that, and help push each other. Touch base, here's a big one, and I've been doing this quite a bit. Touch base with your Chamber of Commerce or your Board of Trade. They are a great resource and will update you on the various small business programs that the government has, that the banks are offering, and it's usually these chambers of commerces or boards of trades are up to date, and they're the ones that are lobbying the government for change. So reach out to them. Most of them are having webinars and keeping you updated on a daily basis. Connect with your accountant. If you have an accountant, I'm sure you do, ask them for advice on cash flow, on anything else you can do. Connect with your bank to see how they can help you. Connect with your landlord. If you rent your space, ask for a rent subsidy. Ask for a rent subsidy or deferral. Connect with other entrepreneurs on Facebook or LinkedIn. That was my son who actually just walked in the room, if you heard that. He has online school in 1 minute, which means we're about to end. There's no shortage of groups, guys, out there to help you. There's no shortage of groups. So the idea is to stay connected, reach out to them, build your team. It was important before all of this. It's going to be important after, and it's definitely important now. Don't go at this alone. So basically, just to go over and summarize, take inventory, but you're going to be taking inventory throughout where you are, where you were before, where you are, where you want to get to, not just after this, but in 3 years. And keep that sort of top of mind where you want to be in 3 years. Then decide to be the leader. Be the leader every single day. Decide to thrive. Thrive every single day. Work on your mindset. Have a leader's mindset every single day moving forward. And take action every single day. Intentional action. And finally, connect. Connect with others. Don't be alone. This is the biggest time of our lives not to be alone. Biggest time of our lives to connect with others. So as we're up It is now 9:30. So like I said at the beginning, I do have a special gift for you. Like I said, I will be available tomorrow morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. for a Q&A, or if anybody wants to be coached. Some of you are watching this recording probably, and it's going to be past that time, or you are live here and you don't feel comfortable with this. So one thing I'm offering for all of you who have joined the call and who are registered for the course, the training is a clarity strategy session. No cost. Again, I'm not selling anything to you. I'm not going to try to enroll you as a client. Absolutely not. It's just to help you, again, gain some clarity and maybe strategize on things you can do. So all you have to do for that is to go to businessandlifemastery.net/call. Okay, businessandlifemastery.net/call. And again, this is not a sales pitch. I will not sell you anything. So hopefully you want to do that or show up tomorrow for some Q&A or some coaching. Other than that, thanks for joining the call. Stay safe, take care, and we're going to get through this together. Bye for now.